Welcome back everyone to Blender and Unreal Engine becoming a dungeon prop artist. Now we've done these two, so I'm just going to hide those out of the way and then we're on to this one. Now I've got my paper back for some reason, so I'm going to come back and just hide my paper out of the way like so. Just hide them and then I'll come to this one first. So L, U, unwrap. And now I've unwrapped them, I'm going to come to this part and I'm going to just do these separately. So I'm going to press L, I'm going to press A, R, 90, and I think I'm going to put this one on here. So G, like so. Let's have a look at that one. And yeah, that's looking pretty cool. And now what we'll do is we'll hide this out of the way and now we can come in and actually focus on doing these parts here. So I can come in, grab them all like so. A, S, and then G, and then just move them out of the way. And you can see now that that is probably going to be a much quicker way of actually doing this. Okay, so let's have a look. And there we go. And now let's move on to our next one. So I'm going to hide that out of the way. Again, I'm going to come in, edge select, L, U, unwrap, come back to this one now. We'll use the black one. So L, A, G, S, like so, and let's pull it out a little bit as well. So I'm going to first of all pull it out this way, so S and X, yeah, like so, and then S and Y, and I'm going to stretch it out like so. I'm just going to have a look and make sure I'm happy with that. Yes, I don't think I am. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to grab this one, control click round to here, and then all I'll do is I'll just pull this out till I'm actually happy with it. And I think, yeah, now that's looking much better. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So that means then now I can actually come in, grab the whole thing, the front of it, hide it out of the way with L, and then now finally come back to the other part. So I'm going to press L on it with edge select, and I'm going to press A, S, make them smaller, like so. You can see we might have some problems, so I'm going to press R90, just spin it round, and then I can put that into place. Grab these two, G, put those into place, and there we go. Another bolt down. So let's hide that out of the way. Let's come to this one now. So press L, A. In fact, I'm just gonna unwrap them all. So U, unwrap. And now I'll just come in and grab this one, and that'll just make it a little bit easier. So A, R, 90. Let's come into this one. So G, S, and then S and Y, like so, and there we go. Now let's come in, hide that one out of the way, and let's come to edge select, grab the whole thing, and you can see it's just rinse and repeat basically. So I'm going to just re-unwrap these, so unwrap them, press the S button, rinse and repeat, G, drop them in place, and there we go, as simple as that. H, hide them out of the way. We've already unwrapped this, so we'll just grab this one in face select, so L, A, R, 90, bring it in, S, let's put it in place, so S, like so, and then let's put it right in the center here, as you can see, and then S and Y. I don't want to stretch this one out too much because we have got this part on here, so this part on here, as you can see, it is the wrong way around, so I'll just press R, 180, spin it round, and now it's gone the right side up, and now I can just hide that out of the way, come in, L on everything, U, unwrap, and now let's just put those into this part here. So I'm just going to press G, and then I'm just going to grab all of these. I'm going to press B to grab everything with box select, Control plus G to move it, and there we go. All right, let's press Alt H, bring everything back, double tap the A, and now I just want a quick look at these and see what they look like in our actual renderer. So I'm just going to come to them and check those out, press the dot button, and there we go. Really, really nice bunch of books. Now, the thing is with these books, obviously, as you can see, they're all the same size, and we don't actually want that. So now I would go in and split them up. So book 1, book 2, book 3. I think that's much easier to actually work with these. So basically, if you go in, you press A to grab everything, select, and then you come down to, let's have a look. Where is it? Mesh. Can I split them from mesh? Mesh. There we go. Separate by loose parts, and now they're all split up. Now what we can do is we can just press Control A, all transforms, right click, set origin to geometry, and now you'll see they're all actually split up. Okay, so now what we can do is we can grab like this one, we can press S, make it a little bit smaller. We can grab this one, we can press S and X, make it a little bit thinner. S and Z, make it a little bit, tiny bit taller. And then we can come to this one again, make it a small book, like so, but a relatively thick book, so S and X, like so. Let's just place them down now on here. And let's come to the next one. We'll make this a big book, like so. And then finally this one, a really thin book, like so. And there you go. Now you can see they all look very different. Now the thing is, you want them to be relatively the same back. So if you can grab these ones here, pull them back a little bit, because they are going in a bookcase after all. So they just want randomizing, like so. Now, the last thing, I did say that I would show you how to change the color. Before we do that though, let's actually just grab one of them. So if I grab this one, press Shift D, and I'll spin it round. So R, in fact, I'll do them all together. So I'm going to grab this one, so Shift D, and then I'll finally grab this one with Shift D, spin them all around, like so, like so. So now let's spin them round together, hopefully. So RY, yeah, there we go. So RY minus 90, there we go. Now we'll press RZ, like so, and then I'll grab just this one, RZ, bring it down, like so, and then R and Z, bring it down, put it on top of this one, and there we go. All right, so there you go. There are all your books, and they look really nice. Now, changing the color. So what we can do is, we only want to change the color of the actual book covers. But what I want to do is I can change it to an alternative. So if I come here and I basically copy this, so copy material, like so, and then click new, paste material, like so, and then all I want to do is call it book covers alternative, like so. And then all I want to do with these is I just want to change this to book covers alternative. So if I click on this, book covers alternative, this one, book covers alternative, minus this one off, and there we go. You can see that we've minus the wrong one off. So I'm just going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to move this one up to the top. So come back to it, move it up to the top, and now I should be able to minus this one off, and there we go. Same with this one then. So we'll click the down arrow, book covers, whoops, book covers alternative, and there we go. It's just that the paper on one of them was up higher than the other one, so we just had to move it up. Now with the book covers alternative then, let's go to our shading panel, and then all we need to do is we just need to bring in another node. So I'm just going to move this one over here, this over here, and then we should have enough room to work with. I'm going to press dot then just to go to my book, double tap the A, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a saturation in. So if I do to search saturation, you can see hue and saturation. That is what we want. So if I drop that in there, now what you can do is you can change the hue of the books and have completely different colored books. Really, really nice. You can also make them really bright if you want, or you can make them really dull if you want to. Not that I want to do anything like that. All I want to do is change the hue and saturation just to make the box have a lot of variation. All right, let's now go back to modeling. Let's now press tab. I'm going to join these three books together like so. So Control J, and then I'm going to actually bring these now and put them into place. Now, one thing about these books is they're a little bit big. So I think what I'll do is I'll just make them much, much smaller now, and then I can put them into place at the back of here, like so. Now let's come in and name these. So I'll come to this one first, and I'll call it book stack, like so. And then we'll just call it book one, book two, because that makes it much, much easier. So book one, so book space, Control C. So, sorry, Control A, Control C, and then let's call it 1. And then let's come to the next one, which is this one. Control V, and then 2. And then this one. Control V, and 3. Control V, and 4. Control V and 5, and finally this one here, Control V and 6. Now let's make a new actual collection. So right click, new collection. Let's find where we put it. Here it is. Books. Let's grab all of these like so. Come on up and just drag them, drop them into your books. And finally now let's just close everything up like so. And now all we need to do is come to our books finally and just grab all of these. So grab them all again, right click, and you're going to mark them as assets. And now finally, let's go to our asset manager. And you're just going to grab all of these books. Don't know why for some reason, but they've not got the colors on. Sometimes that happens. Let's drop them in our props like so. And let's click File, Save. Maybe the colors will come back in time. That sometimes happens as well. All right, let's go back to modeling. And there we go. So on the next one we're going to look at is we're going to actually look at our barrels, our water bucket, and our crate. So lots to get on with on the next lesson. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.